gradation of the crease being a bit higher. It just enhances the actual shape. We're not trying to reshape the eye. But you'll notice when we do the contour eye this afternoon on your models, we're going to have to fake it on some of them. Because they don't have it. They don't. All right. A little shadow fallout. So this is why we like to do the eyes first, because you can just wipe away. Always wipe away all the shadow though, because you don't want to go into complexion with any darkness under the eye, because then it just makes the eye under eye.
Are you using the brush with the moisturizer on it?
What's left over? Yes, mostly. Just.
I didn't know if that was better than a dry brush. Is there a preference?
Well, that's a great question. And the answer is yes. Here's the order in which you want to do any cleanup, team. First, you want to take a disposable applicator or something with nothing on it and just try to clean up with nothing. If that doesn't work, you can go in with like foundation or whatever product you use under the eye or eye cream to try to remove it. Your last resort should be makeup remover, you know, especially if you already have on skin. With this, it's not such a big deal. But if it's more like mascara on the lid or something like that, don't go in right away with makeup remover because you're going to remove the makeup. This is your famous black brown, so let's see if we like it. This looks like it may be dry. Look up, please. So if we're doing like mascara top and bottom, it's not such a bad idea to do the bottoms first. We talked about that yesterday, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
And with mascara, if anything touches the skin, team, just let it dry before you wipe it away. Don't wipe it while it's wet, because it just works its way through everything else and creates like a streak. Yes, lashes, my gosh. They're deceiving. I forgot. And that's how you put false ones on YouTube. Look down, please. Okay. And always let the eye, like, it's a lot to, I know, to remember, but watch the eyes. They start to get like really wet or glistening. Just let them rest a bit and come back to it. You don't have to do everything all at once. What you don't want is runny makeup, but then you have that issue to deal with. So just let them rest. And I don't know about you, but sometimes once the mascara's on, I can see the eye like differently. So I'll go in and I'll like fine tune, like close please, like the lash line, we have a little more depth now. So just always tweak your eye, you know, don't feel like, you know, you have to just leave the way it is. Make it your own, is the point of these next applications. Open again. And that's our eye for this afternoon. Again, you don't have to use these colors, but to take away 3 shadows, yes, 1 liner, and some color theory connection to the eye and hair color palette. You have to choose your colors with some connection of some kind. Okay, shall we do skin? I'm going to take, hopefully, porcelain. That's right. And the other thing, team, whenever you're doing any darkness under the eye or definition, the under eye has to be bright. Otherwise, it just looks unrested and tired or unfinished or muddy. So definitely, you know, brighten the under eye. You're doing a beautiful complexion, I gotta tell you. And have you noticed the difference that preparing the skin makes in your foundation? If it's not moisturized, how dry and cakey and draggy it looks. You'll never hear me say I'm going to make skin look flawless. I mean, flawless makeup starts with flawless skin or a great retoucher. You you know, when you go and get your photos fixed. And we do fix your photos on Friday, which we'll talk about Thursday. We do some of that too, but face to face, you just always want the skin to look enhanced, you know, different than what she brought to you. Whoops. That'd be great if we were blocking out your eyebrows. Sorry. This foundation is so lovely. How's it feel? Then I'm going to take cream beige. Concealer. Now there are times you can mix your concealer and foundation together to create a creamier texture if you need to. It's nice. And the reason I need to turn the light, because there's no way when I apply that much concealer, I should be seeing darkness. So that tells me that the light is not working. And then take your brush, team, the shadow we did underneath, you take your brush right to the edge of it, and it gives you a nice clean line. So that's our skin. Brows. You don't really feel your brows in, do you? Yeah. They're just going to brush them and leave them naturally pretty. So team, here's a little bonus track that you can do today as well. You can take your highlight color. This one has to be skin tone or level lighter, you know. We're going to use it like here on the cheekbone as a highlight, okay? So we can wrap it from the eye around to the temple and onto the cheekbone. If you want, look up please, you can even use it to set underneath the eye. And the reason we like this is because a lot of times we use powder to set concealer, yes? Mm-hmm. But powder, especially loose powder, most of them are flat. They don't have any luminosity. This has a nice sheen to it, so we're setting this concealer but also adding a highlight. So the skin looks luminous versus just flat. Okay, so you can try things like that. You use it like in the center of the forehead, down the center of the nose. So that's that little extra. All right, bronzer, and lots of it. Big circles also help with your blending team. Oh, here, something I forgot to say to you. Sponges. I know some of you like to use sponges instead of your brushes, and that's fine. Just keep in mind when you're doing like gigs or retailing, most places don't sell sponges, they sell brushes. So they want you to use tools so you can show the guests how to take home product. But sponges, team, have to match the texture of the product that you are applying. What does that mean? If I'm doing liquid foundation, my sponge needs to be damp. If you notice when you dampen them, they swell up like a ballpark frank. And that's great because now they're wet, and you use that to apply liquid foundation. It helps it to move because a dry sponge is absorbent. So it's basically taking off anything you try to apply. That's the other reason we love the Beauty Blender as well. It does the same thing. Once everything's on, you just take the Beauty Blender and it just melts everything into the skin. And this you can use damp where it's liquid foundation. I like to sometimes just go over everything when it's finished with a dry one and just melt everything into the skin. So so if you're doing powder blush, your sponges should be dry. A little bronzer. listen team. Emery has a great face. I love Emery. I love that name. Chapter 5. Can we go to chapter 5, please? Because that's going to be your eye. You got your cheek. You do whatever you want.